Ladies, gents, those in between, welcome to episode 11 of the MMA Commonwealth Connection. I'm Benny P, and this is my co-host Jamal. So let's get into it. So let's start with the big let's say controversy from last week's card. We have Cody Brundage doing his best Aljamain Sterling impression and getting a fucking victory over the Mamba himself with some shameless performance acting, if I do say so myself. And I'm not someone to claim that every fighter who ever gets a DQ win is faking. The man was literally protesting because he thought he got TKO'd, and then it was shameful, man. It was shameful in my opinion. I don't like to shit on fighters when they do take DQs and stuff like that. When it's actually, I wasn't one of the people shitting on Aljamain, but fucking Cody Brundage, that was like definitely he was milking that for every fucking penny.
Well, we don't call him the most ducked fighter in the UFC in this podcast for no reason. No one wants the smoke with the Mamba. What can I say? If you get a chance to get a way out, they take it. They don't want it. They don't want the single-leg jab smoke of Jacob Malkoun. But yeah, it was up there acting-wise with I think it was, we were just talking about it on the DMs, but fucking Brandon Marcos, and I think it was Luana Pinheiro. Just some of the top-tier acting that we've ever seen in the UFC. There was that up kick that she got and she acted like she was fucking concussed by it, even though it's the same thing with Brundage. It's the same thing with a lot of these. If the referee didn't stop it, Brundage would have been fine. Would have continued fighting, try to stop Malkoun taking his back. Would have tried to get up against the cage. Because the referee stopped it, all of a sudden it's like football, man. That's why, or soccer, if whoever's watching. What I hate about football is the fucking acting of it. It's like you're a fucking grown man. You've been pushing it like you've been shoved in the fucking ankle or something with a fucking sledgehammer. Do you know what I mean? I hate the acting side of it. Fucking trying to get sympathy with the referee and stuff and playing the game like that. I get that's. It's been sadly becoming more of a part of MMA recently, but I hate stuff like that. Just it's supposed to be fighters, man, and you're clearly just taking the piss out of it to try to get a win. Especially in Brunch's situation when he's on a fucking 3-fight skid before this fight. You can I don't think it's a coincidence that he took the way out of this to get a win, but yeah, not good.
I genuinely feel like Cody Brundage doesn't like to be in the cage because we've seen him against Dumas. He did not want to fight against Dumas. He did nothing in that fight except for go for guillotines and stay on bottom. The amount of strikes he threw for that fight were fucking... I think he landed 6 strikes in that whole fight against Dumas. And he's the wrestler. Dumas is meant to be the striker and Dumas is out fucking wrestling him. And then this fight... He goes in, shoots a takedown, and he gets Malkoun down, and then Malkoun, gets back up, and then Brundage just says nothing for him, and that's it. He's blew his whole fucking wad in 30 seconds. Like, the guy either hates fighting or just doesn't train cardio, or a bit of both.
Yeah, which is weird because he's based in Factory X, I'm pretty sure he's in fucking Denver. So you think he'd have good cardio, if anything, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You could rebook it. I don't think anyone's fucking too interested in rebooking it. I said just do Malkoun Kisrev because realistically, Kisrev ain't fucking earned a fucking ranked opponent or anything. Like he's beat Tallulah and that's it. Like it's not like Kisrev's like no, we need to remember Kisrev is prioritised here. He's been fucking out for about 2 years. You know what I mean? Doesn't fucking fight. You can get Malkoun, and then we can do a Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage just to punish him. Or maybe. If whoever loses, maybe if Aliskerov loses to Amava, we can do Aliskerov versus Brundage, you know what I mean? Just punish him a little bit.
I was thinking, since, Brundage, not known very often, not known for his cardio, I was thinking, let's have one of the fights that could be an amazing highlight reel finish or one of the worst fights in middleweight history. You do Cody Brundage versus Edmund Shabazian.
I think Edmund would probably find a way to get him out of there early, to be honest. The difference between the two is at least Edmund, at least Edmund kind of stays in there until the referee stops it. I ain't seen Edmund giving up like that before. Like, I ain't seen Edmund.
I think Edmund would smoke Brundage. I think the MMA guru said that Brundage is like the worst middleweight. I do disagree with that point. I think Brundage is was good, but I don't think he's I don't think he's like training as hard or he's not as motivated because he almost knocked out fucking Vieira. Like he almost had Vieira out of there, but then I don't know what the fuck happened. He arguably beat Nick Maximov as well, but obviously Maximov, we learned, maybe isn't, he's not really that guy that we thought he was. He got cut from the UFC. But I don't know. Cody Brundage, just a fucking weird fighter, but that's just middleweight in general, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not to Trace Gore, he beat Dalchil and Gambula. Granted, that was after he was getting absolutely fucking battered and got a guillotine Hail Mary, but, he's got wins in the UFC. The worst middleweight, I do not think Dustin Stoltzfus was still signed, to be honest with you, until he got signed to fight Soriano, so Stoltzfus might be in the mix of that one. If Jamie Pickett's still signed, then it might have to be him, because Jamie Pickett has lost to absolutely everyone in the fucking roster, so there's a couple in contention, and you have to at least put fucking Trace Gore below Brundage, I guess, if he's lost him, you know what I mean? But I guess we'll see.
But then Trayshawn Gore beat fucking Josh Fremd. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, I don't know. Because you look at it that way, like, but, you say, well, Cody Brundage, he beat Trayshawn Gore. So and then Trayshawn Gore beat Josh Fremd. But then Cody Brundage lost to Cedric Dumas, and Cedric Dumas lost to Josh Fremd. So where the fuck does it go? Who the fuck is the worst? I don't know. Middleweight is just such a massive mindfuck, man.
Yeah, I actually like Trayshawn Gore as well. By the way, Trayshawn Gore's a cool guy. He sent me a voice message on Instagram. He was actually a cool guy. So shout out to Trayshawn Gore. I like
Trayshawn Gore. I liked him on the Ultimate Fighter. I liked Battle, and I liked Trayshawn Gore. I don't know, something about Petrosky on Tough. Just he seemed very arrogant on Tough, but I didn't seem like a bad guy or anything. But I was rooting for Trayshawn Gore and Brian Battle to succeed in Tough.
I was a big fan of Kemran Lachinov on Tough, who the guy who fought Brian Battle and just fucking followed into head kicks entire fight and just didn't back down. That was a fun.
Oh,
the guy
on Bellator. Yeah. He was a Bellator fighter, I think, Turkish guy.
Yeah, Turkish, Eastern European type guy, and he just fought Brian Battle and just didn't take a backward step, just kept getting head kicked over and over again, just kept eating them and walking forward. It was a good fight.
They hyped up the promo for his fight with him just walking with his hands down, getting head kicked. It was really weird.
I mean, fair play him, got to show something at least. Didn't get finished though, fair play him. Went a distance with Brian Battle, which was aged decently well.
Did you think Brian Battle had a good performance, if you know what I'm saying?
I know, it was just that classic Brian Battle, the easiest impression to do in the UFC. That and the little fucking and the little fucking little laugh he always does when he's in the whispering. But yeah, I know what he's saying, and AJ Fletcher knew what he was saying as well because they fucking put a number on him when the fight went on.
Yeah, fucking, I love Brian Battle, but every time Brian Battle wins, it makes me think, man, Renat Fekretinov might actually be that guy because he fucking just ran through Brian Battle. Granted, it was on short notice for Brian Battle. Maybe that fight would be a bit more competitive, but Renat, man, fucking Jesus Christ. He put that mustard on him now.
Yeah, AJ Fletcher, I mean, fair play to him. He's a fucking small fucking little unit of a thing with short arms, and he held his own. He did better against Battle than other guys have.
I just think I think he would have so much success if he moved down, but also maybe he doesn't want to drain himself at the same time. Because I still don't believe that AJ Fletcher's 5'10". I think he's like 5'8".
Yeah, he doesn't look 5'10", but there you go. I don't know how tall Battle is, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Battle's built as 6'1", but he looks taller, so I don't fucking know. It's just all these guys, like, I don't trust any of these UFC heights, man.
Yeah, after fucking Rosenstruck versus Gane, they were both built at 6'4", and clearly Rosenstruck was 6 foot the tallest. It was just a very good one. There's a lot of other ones where there's a height difference, like Kyle Bahali was built as like fucking 5'10" somehow, even though he's like 6'2". It makes absolutely zero sense.
Yeah, I know, that was the weirdest one. It's like if he's 5'10", then Jesus Christ, why do women not like 5'10" guys? Because that fucking cunt was tall.
I don't get it, man. But yeah. What other things were on that card that were good?
What else was? Oh well, we had
the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, the Dirty Bird, fucking turning back the clock. So let's just start off with fucking Andre Fiallo went on a fucking CTE fucking speed run his last 4 fights. He took a ridiculous amount of damage for those 4 fights. It's honestly it's crazy because he went and got like the fucking corpse of James Vick on the regional scene after James Vick had been KO'd, and now somebody on the regional scene is going to get fucking Fiallo coming off 4 fucking KO losses, in my opinion.
Yeah, so people forget Fiallo didn't actually like KO James Vick. It was a fucking standing finish. So that was the red flag there when he didn't one punch KO James Vick. Maybe that was the red flag, but yeah, I feel a lot more justified in picking Miguel Baeza to beat him now because I'm going to go into a limb and say maybe a couple times out of 10, Baeza gets that one against Fialho. Maybe now looking back at it, but yeah, I don't know what to do with Fialho anymore, man. Because every fight has been like one devastating head kick, devastating finish from Matthews, fucking brutal beat down to the body from Salikov. Now he's been fucking brutalized again. So every finish is like a new variant of CTE getting added to him. Like, I don't know what he's meant to do.
He got flush kneed in the head and dropped in the first round against Tim Means.
Yeah, he basically got flattened and came back to him and he hit the floor.
Yeah, I feel bad. These performances, though, they're just making Michel Pereira look so shit. Not shit. Just like Michel Pereira couldn't finish this guy, and he arguably lost like the last round. And I've seen people like saying that Fialho beat fucking Pereira. I don't even remember the fight, but he was making that really competitive. And now we've just seen Pereira fucking not Pereira. We've just seen Fialho get flattened by, even Muslim Salikov isn't looking very crash hot nowadays. He lost to Nicholas Dalby in a pure striking match.
Yeah, and he is like 40 plus as well. But yeah, Michel, and that was short notice as well for Fialho as well. Like it was short notice in his debut, and he fucking nearly lost him. So yeah. I don't know, but Michel pretty much
got rocked by Cameron Van Camp as well. Like that was the main reason I picked Jake Matthews against him. I was like, Jake Matthews I was like, he's got a big grappling edge over Fialho. If Fialho gets rocked a lot, I'd seen that he lost to like some random guy on the regionals as well. Something I think his name was like Dos Santos or something like that. Can't quite remember, but he had like a pretty bad record. So I was like, oh, maybe Fialho's not all that. But so many people thought that Fialho was going to be like some top 15 contender. I just never seen it.
I never seen the top 15 kind of thing. I think it was just exciting that he was being so active and that he was having these fun fights. The fact he was fighting every month was a cool thing, and then that lasted two fights.
But I think that maybe cost him a little bit of a few years off his life, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't even know. I think he is going to get cut, but Dana does like fighters who fight very actively, so I could see them like. I don't know who you would give him though. Here's Blood Diamond,
Yeah, yeah. But he is a fun fighter. You know what I mean? It's not like he's just going out there and having boring fights that he's just about losing or just about winning. He's a guaranteed scrap. So you could probably do him versus like fucking Phil Rowe or something like that next year.
Or you debut Prates against him.
Yeah, the guy from Canelo Series. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, they'll definitely use him to build somebody up. Unless they re-sign Orion Kosuke.
Oh, they probably do him versus like Johan Linnes or something like that. Get one of them a win so they can lose to someone else.
Oh my! Knowing the UFC, you'll just see fucking Matthew Semmelsberger versus Andre Fialho get announced or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I could see them basically just setting up Semmelsberger for a comeback, I think.
Yeah, but outside of that, what did you think of Muhammad Usman's performance?
The title run starts now, if anything, let's be real. But yeah, Jake Collier with the fucking Chad line at the face-offs. Just because your brother can fight doesn't mean you can. Only to lose to Muhammad Usman, but still. He got fucking viciously eye-poked early though, which definitely made a difference because he was doing quite decent early. Collier brings that middleweight technique to heavyweight, brings that middleweight fluidity until he got his eye fucking removed basically and was fucking on the floor fucking pounding the canvas. But yeah, Muhammad Usman, I thought it was interesting that Joe Rogan posted on his Instagram that he was watching this fight while eating a sausage, which I thought was a very interesting choice from Joe Rogan to watch Muhammad Usman fight while munching a sausage and mentioning it. I thought that was interesting. Trying to put that out there, but yeah, Muhammad Usman, he's got Jimmy Crute syndrome where he always looks rocked and he doesn't walk properly. But every time he walks, it looks like he's kind of almost just recovering. He's got a Kevin Lee syndrome as well, where he always has to kind of recover. He can never get back into full things. He's always got kind of like put the gloves together. Right, we're going again, and then gets fucking hit with another punch and has to do the same thing again. He's just no like fluidity to him. He's always kind of moving in and out, always looking a bit drunken almost. Blood Diamond-esque, I guess you could say. But yeah, he got the win, and he's undefeated in the UFC somehow. So that's fucking heavyweight for you.
I honestly can't believe it. When I seen his fight against Brendan Sales, I never had any expectations for it. But now he's technically on a 5-fight winning streak if you count his Ultimate Fighter fights.
He actually had less success in the UFC than he had on Tough. He actually arguably lost that fight to Mitchell Sipe on Tough, and then barely beat that Perez guy. So if anything, Tough maybe was tougher for him, based on what I've seen.
Just how fucking bad is the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I don't know. And his pal was a fucking light heavyweight as well. And they didn't even beat him. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And Julian Tougher, he arguably lost to on damage, but they just scored the control with 0 ground and pound shots.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but not a great fight, but a funny fight to look back on.
It's time for Justin to get some fucking revenge for Junior. I think you do Justin Tougher versus Muhammad Usman.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think they could actually do that, probably.
Well, I know Justin Tougher's actually booked for December 16th, apparently. I don't know who against, so...
Is that a pay-per-view?
Yeah, that's the Colby versus Leon card.
Probably be him versus fucking... If I had to guess, it'll probably be him versus... I was going to say Juan Espino, but he's been retired for about a year, so probably not Juan Espino. Probably him versus like Bidet or something like that. Bidet's in the rankings now, so...
Yeah, that makes sense. They could do... I was going to say they could do him versus Derek Lewis, but I've heard Derek Lewis is fighting Rosenstruck, apparently.
Yeah, that's the one fight that Lewis hasn't fought a heavyweight, basically. He's fought everyone else in the rankings but Rosenstruck and Aspinall at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know who I'd pick for that fight. It's a real interesting fight. Like, obviously, Jairzinho's got the kickboxing background, but fucking Derek Lewis will just, like, one punch him somehow, so...
I probably would pick Lewis, to be honest with you. I could see him winning that. I could see Lewis fucking wrestling him, funnily enough, getting them fucking body locks and shit.
Yeah, Derek Lewis is just one of those real hard fighters. I didn't expect him to flying knee fucking drop. No. What's his name in like
Marcos Sergio De Lima.
Yeah, that's it, De Lima. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, but then there was Jordan got a fucking good one to fight him because Ramos is fucking solid. Not amazing, but he is solid and he fucking beat him with ease, so that's a good look for him going forward. Canada finally has someone to root for in the UFC. Triple the population in the UK and not a single fucking ranked fighter by the way. Not a single ranked fighter in any division is crazy.
It's crazy that, GSP, arguably one of the greatest fighters ever, and then Canada just didn't have anyone else after him.
Scotland has 2. We have 2. And Canada has none. I know, it's so funny. That is so funny to me, man. I don't get that.
I think they'll find a way to get Mike Malott in the rankings. I reckon he gets either a ranked fighter next, or somebody on the verge.
Malott, Jordan, and then Jazz Vicious about too old to do anything more at this point. So yeah, they've got to just put all their eggs in the Malott and Jordan baskets. Other than that, I don't know who else they've got, to be honest. Dawodu, Loness,
Barrio.
Marc-Andre Barrio, yeah, he's kind of old as well. What's the issue?
Yeah, but he's a middleweight. He'll find a way.
True. I think he beats Bahia as well, so we'll see.
Yeah, they could rank him off that since, technically Bahia is a ranked welterweight or was a ranked welterweight. So
I don't know, man. The fucking middleweight division needs to get sorted out, man, because every fucking middleweight's needing a ranked opponent at this point. There's about 7 different middleweights who are earned the ranked opponent, and none of them's got to get it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I know. They need to make like middleweight like a 20 fucking. There needs to be like 25 rankings or some shit for middleweight.
Yeah, they need to do some sort of eliminator or something. They're kind of already setting that up right now with some of the fights, but they need to do a middleweight rankings eliminator.
You can do like, who's the hardest guy you can give Petrosky?
You do Petrosky versus Kopylov, and they've already got Vieira, Petrosian. You've got Kyle Bahalyu versus Rizaboyev, so they can all deal it out with them, whoever wins that. Malkoun can fight Kesria, winner of that gets put in the mix as well.
Yeah, and then Pfeiffer's fighting Rizak. So...
Yeah, that's soon, so you can do them in the mix as well.
What do you think about Joe Pfeiffer's ceiling? I think I think that guy's got a really good ceiling. It is middleweight, but I actually think he's pretty good. It's so weird that if he does go really far, that he's always going to have lost to Dustin Stolfus, though.
Yeah, I think that'll just be looked at as kind of like a, even though it's not the same thing as like Hamill Jones, but it kind of is. To be fair, it is an actual move that was done, and the intention of the move was to hurt him, but not break his arm, obviously. So it's more legit than that, but. Yeah, I think he'll do all right. I can't remember how old Pfeiffer is. I think he's like 29, maybe. But
no, he's younger. He was born in 97, I think.
All right, okay, so he's like mid-20. Okay, well, yeah, that's better. Then he's got a good build as well. Doesn't seem chinny or anything. And it's just, you look the way he beat Mearshart, you just wonder to yourself, how do these other middleweights not do that? Like, just stay composed and just pick your shots correctly. It seems like such a clear forward game plan that he set out from. But yeah, and he got good jiu-jitsu as well.
So I just checked. He's 36.
Joe Piper's 36. There's no fucking.
I'm joking. Nah, he's 27. So he literally
Okay,
just turned 27 like 6 days ago.
Okay. Yeah, the UFC's very, because they just put Hernandez in the rankings in middleweight, so I don't know how they're picking out which middleweights get ranked and what, but I don't know if he's next up after beating Allison. I think Bahal was the most deserving out of any of them if he beats Rosaboyev, that is. So.
Yeah, definitely. But it is crazy though if he does get a ranked fighter, because even though he is, he would be 3-0 in the UFC. I don't know if you can really give him a ranked opponent. He beat fucking Alan Amadovsky.
Yeah, I know there is. I've said this before. There is a select couple of middleweights who do seem to get easier matchups than others. Like you get Mearshart, as difficult as he seems to be, is relatively good, easy to beat if you're a fucking good fighter. Amadovsky, Mearshart, and then I've said this: Jung Young Park, like the guy, but fucking hell, man, Jamie Pickett and fucking Delulian and Joseph Holmes and fucking John Phillips. Like Jesus fucking Christ, man, why is it the other middleweights get every good one in the UFC? Do you know what I mean? We've been over this before. Fucking poor Kyle Bahalio cannot get a fucking easy fight from himself. Same thing with Malkoun. They just do not get easy fights from these middleweights and stuff.
And I think that Park Young Jong is fighting Andre Muniz because that's the only reason I can see Muniz going to China. And for everyone watching, I'm not saying that he's Chinese. I'm just saying he's from South Korea.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's a close place for Park Young to travel. So obviously, they'd want him on a China card. So they don't really have too many Chinese fighters at the moment. So they would get some Korean fighters over there.
Which means that Jung Young Park would get a ranked opponent before anyone else at middleweight because Muniz is still in the fucking top 15. So, fair play. He's fucking finished the system somehow.
To be fair, he is like he's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 7-2 in the UFC. That's actually pretty crazy. I've never thought about that. Park Young Jong is 7-2 in the UFC, but also like you say,
yeah, half of those wins are not fucking good wins. He's got the Dryev one, and that's roughly it. Because other than that, it's fucking Pickett and Holmes and Tulane and John Phillips. Like it's on paper, you look at it, and it's not that good.
Damn, he beat Ray Cooper. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that, he lost to Rodriguez and Buckley beat Duraev before he did as well, is the issue.
Yeah, I think we've got to realise that Duraev's cardio and chin are just not there.
And somehow beat Kopylov, that's middleweight. That is middleweight at its finest.
Yeah, I don't know. Duraev's a fucking weird one as well. Yeah. Middleweight, I'll never understand this division. It's just fucking flip a coin. That's all you can do.
But outside of middleweight, there was Marina Rodriguez traumatizing Michelle Watson's daughter in front of her, which is quite horrifying.
I'll never understand why fighters on losing streaks thinks it's a good idea, especially because in Michelle Watson's case, you've already been battered by Marina Rodriguez, and that was literally the first fight you lost on your 3-fight losing streak. Why would you think it would be a good idea to bring your kid to watch you fight Marina Rodriguez again?
I think, the fighter, in the fighter's mind, though, they do think they're going to win. You know what I mean? If he went in there thinking, I'm going to beat her, I'm going to beat Rodriguez, I'm going to get this win, they don't go in there thinking I'm going to get fucking schooled. But it's just the risk that you want to take. Like, I could have, think about Usman. He fucking was on a massive win streak and he got fucking absolutely traumatized in front of his kid. He got fucking brutally head kicked. You never know when anything's going to happen. But I just think it's a precaution that, if they win, it's cool. If you lose, it's not good at all. You know what I mean? I think that the downside is a lot worse than what actually happens if you win. If you win, they're there and they get to see it. But even then, Carter Close, remember he beat Brandon Jenkins and his kid was fucking scared of him. He fucking absolutely killed that fucking guy. So he won the fight, but his kid was still fucking crying after it. Do you know what I mean? I think it's just best to just leave them at the hotel if you're going to bring them there and bring them after the fight when you're fucking had your shower and the shit and you're fucking... Even if you're still in their fucking gloves and that, they're backstage, just don't bring them cage side, especially if it ends up being like this and you get covered in blood in the first round.
The worst one will always be fucking Sam Alvey on his 7th fight. He's on a 7-fight losing streak, and he fucking brings his kids to watch him fight a deadly KO artist who only gets violent finishes. Literally gets his jaw broken in 10 seconds against Michelle.
It's crazy because Sam Alvey's wife is actually his coach, and she knows the fight. She does research for him. I remember when he was fighting Dan Young, she was telling him what to do. He's going to do this next in the next round. They actually won the round based off her information. So she must have fucking known who he was. She must have gone, So are you fighting on this card? Oh, it's Achuk. Yeah, we're not bringing the kids to that one. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's just too risky because if you fucking lose, you're getting absolutely visually fucking beaten. If you lose to Achuk, it ain't got to be a fucking pretty decision where he's scathed by. It's got to be a fucking brutal finish, and that's what happened. So.
Oh, it was a genuine, just fucking brutal beating, man. Like, as soon as I see his family in the crowd, I'm like, oh my god, no. We're about to watch a horror show. And literally, Olachechik, a lot of the times it looks like people are maybe going a little bit easy on Sam Alvey. But Michelle Olachechik just runs out there and fucking swings for the fences. Like, every punch was like fucking Sam Alvey ran his dog over or something. It was like he was out for revenge.
Now, do you know who MMA Theory is on Instagram?
Yeah.
He picked Sam Alvey by KO.
What?
He picked him a KO. Listen, I'm not going to get into it about MMA Theory, but let's just say I scorched him in the DMs once because he was comparing Charles Oliveira to Shevchenko, and he said, "Yeah, but Shevchenko didn't lose to Jim Miller." And I just listen. We had an argument in the DMs, and I'll just leave it at that. The guy's a fucking idiot. I'll just say that he's got some of the worst takes I've ever seen. But fair play to the guy. Yeah, interesting.
How did he think that Sam Alvey? Firstly, Michelle Olachechik's never been KO'd, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he got finished really early. I think he got TKO'd early. I remember looking at that after the Nchukwani fight. He got TKO'd really on his clear, if I'm not mistaken. I think one of his first 3 fights. But yeah, not in a long time.
Because he only really loses to grapplers, except for he did lose to Jacoby, but Jacoby literally fought in fucking glory. So
yeah, but fucking Sam Alvey's not got his fucking technical out to strike him for 3 rounds like Jacoby.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. By KO's, who the fuck's Sam Alvey? The last time Sam Alvey got a KO was what, fucking Pragnio in 2018.
Maybe he thought because they're both Polish guys that maybe Alvey just has like some fucking bombs when it comes to the Polish.
But there's ends of the spectrum with the chin, and there's a big difference between Olachechik and March and Pragnio. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he did get TKO, but I think it was due to ground and pound. But that was in 2014.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Apparently, I haven't watched him fight, but apparently Michelle Olachechik's brother's really good, but I haven't watched him fight.
I haven't heard him. Olachechik, during the fight week, was reposting all of my shit on Twitter as well, so shout out to Olachechik, man. He's a friend of the channel now.
Oh, yeah, I love fucking Michelle Olachechik. I love his style so much. The one thing that makes me sad about Kelvin Gastelum moving down to welterweight is that we won't get to see him versus Michelle Olachechik. That would have been a classic fight.
Yeah, true. But would you want to finish up talking about this card, and then we can talk about all the fucking fights you got in introduction?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
What else was there? What was the co-main fucking? Oh, okay. Right. If you're 5'3" and you're 400 pounds, just him fucking belting that song during his walkout was the funniest thing, man. Yeah, Bryce Mitchell, man, freedom. Yeah,
I thought he was either going to go out there and somehow KO fucking Ega in like 30 seconds. I thought he was just going to get starched, but we just got a grinding 3-round fight.
The powers above that fucking blessed him. That looks like a fucking Photoshop picture, by the way. The one with him in the fucking Bible that everyone's posting. That's such a fucking great picture. But, yeah.
There'll never be another Bryce Mitchell. Like that's all you can say about Bryce Mitchell. He's an interesting fella. Let's just say that.
Yeah, did you see him on Best Thing podcast talking about evolution for monkeys? The government's brainwashing you.
So I uploaded the short of that on my channel, and it literally the whole comments are just like atheists and Christians arguing on it.
It reminds me of Bryce. You know that fucking clip's Alex Jones? They're turning the fucking frogs gay.
Yeah. That's turning the fucking frogs gay.
That's what Bryce Mitchell reminds me of. Fucking good guy, man.
The thing is, like, I'm not saying I agree with some of the stuff he's saying, but the way he fucking talks so confidently, it makes me fucking sort of believe him at times.
Yeah, he's like got that kind of cult leader mentality, Bryce Mitchell. You know, he makes you fucking believe what he's saying, no matter what it is. So fair play.
Man's very charismatic. I'll give him that.
I'm glad they could spread a good message in the post-fight interview, though, talking about Hawaiian stuff like that with a Hawaiian, Dan Ige. That was very nice of him. I appreciate that.
That was cool, but the one thing I will say is Dan Ige did not want to be there.
Right. Dan Ige's actually thinking about the downfall of his career, and Bryce Mitchell's just in the cage trying to get him free. And it's like,
he's like, you're not going nowhere, brother. You're going to stand with me and you're going to pray together.
Do you mind me and Dan praying? Best things? Nah. Then leave. No.
he's like, Bisping goes to walk. He's like, let Dan Ige pray. He's like, and you hear Dan Ige audibly go, no. It's just no, it's okay.
Let me tell you something, buddy. You're not gonna fucking pray on this show. Just fucking takes the mic away from him.
When I was a Christian,
when I was an atheist, when I was a flat earther, but yeah, good stuff from Bryce Mitchell, as per usual. But
yeah. We're just gonna make a fucking the thumbnail just needs to be a flat Earth with Bisping standing on it or some shit.
I already fucking got a picture of him for Twitter of Bryce Mitchell with the Bible above the flat Earth, so maybe we can just fucking steal that one.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. I love Bryce Mitchell, but I gotta say that fight was really close. Like I wouldn't have been upset if they did give that to Ige just because he seemed like he was doing so much more damage.
Finally, a Movsar Evlev performance has aged well. It was about fucking time that someone he beat did well. So yeah, that's a good win for him. He fucking schooled Ige really badly. So a good win for him in hindsight.
Maybe, honestly, I was thinking, like, when I was seeing all the interviews leading up to this, I was like, fuck. It's hopefully Bryce Mitchell's actually thinking about this fight. Because, you know, the man thinks the world's going to end on the same day of his fight.
There's no fucking way he believed that, because why would he not be like more emotional? If he genuinely believed the world was going to fucking end on that night, surely he'd been in the post-interview telling them, hug your loved ones, lock your doors, their backlips is coming, you know what I mean? Like, but it just fucking... He was like, I want to fight Sadiq Yusuf next. Like, that's all he had. That's all he had after the fucking World Elizabeth time. He used to talk about British fiction matchups.
I generally, like, what the fuck's he gonna do now that the world hasn't ended? Like, what's his thought process now? He's like, well, I was wrong, brother. It's next week. Like, is he just gonna every week? He's gonna be like, well, now it's time for the end of the world. Like, when does it fucking end? Like,
the world was going to end last week. Now every day is a gift. Now he's got to just bless himself with the fact that the world hasn't ended yet. I can see it.
Or he's gonna think that because he beat Dan Ige that he just saved the world from fucking ending or something.
Yeah, have you ever seen the Cabin in the Woods, that fucking horror movie?
Yeah, is that the one with the blind woman?
The blind woman.
The one where she's a blind woman and some like guy stalking her.
That's Hush. The movie's actually called Cabin in the Woods. That's Hush.
Oh,
okay. I know the one you're thinking though. It's Cabin in the Woods. It's got fucking Chris Hemsworth in it, and basically they've got to sacrifice these people in a cabin so the fucking like, apocalypse doesn't happen, and that's basically just what happened with Danny Game and Bryce Mitchell.
Imagine if Mitchell just started swinging at Bisping when he didn't let him do his prayer. Just starts he has like one of his coaches give him holy water and he says, "Let the power of Christ compel you." Just starts fucking throwing it at fucking Bisping.
Ah, yeah, Bisping.
Would I?
Yeah, Bisping. I don't know. Bisping. You know, there was that time that guy fucking punched him in the street and just fucking laughed at him. So maybe he would just fucking laugh it off.
Did you see his tweet after the event? He's like, "Some fat asshole." Like,
yeah.
You can do the voice better than me. I can't do a Bisping impression, but I can hear it in my head how he says it, and I giggle every time I read his tweets because I just picture the fucking MMA guru impressions.
Yeah, he said some guy tried to fucking come out his car and fight him, and he just drove off. I think something like that.
So Bisping's gonna like lose his other eye in a fucking road rage incident or something. How's he even allowed to drive with one eye? Isn't there like, I guess I don't know. She only got 50% of your vision.
I imagine if it gets a bit like fucking. Imagine a fucking car bumps when he gets a bit of whiplash and the fucking eye comes backing out the side of his head and goes flying out and he's just, oh fuck, try to find it. Goes to the side of his car and he's trying to fucking find it like a fucking chip you get from McDonald's. Oh fuck, where'd it go?
Baby boy!
Oh my word, baby boy! Just try to get his fucking eye back.
Bisping getting hit by a fucking underage driver. Baby boy!
Imagine you fucking put next to him, you're like, are you right, mate? You just see that fucking empty fucking hole in his eye, just look back at you. Yeah, I'm alright, mate, thanks. Keep fucking driving, buddy.
And then we had the main event. I can't believe Mateus Gamrot has he's the luckiest man. That's all I'm gonna say about Mateus Gamrot. He's fun.
Yes. Yeah, the questionable decisions against Saryukin and Guram, and then gets 2 injuries against fucking Diego Ferreira and Fiziev. This is, by the way, I want to point this out. This is like the fucking 10th main event where the guy I've picked has got fucking injured. This, Aspinall versus, what's his name, Blades. Rakic against Blachowicz. Ortega versus Yair. There's a couple fucking more than that I'm even thinking of right now. It always fucking happens, man. I'm sorry. And then the only one I fucking got was an actual fucking check, which was fucking Uriah Hall versus Wyman. At least that was an actual fucking attempt to fucking check it. Like, that did what it was supposed to do. But this one was just fucking... His fucking leg blew out. It wasn't even like he kicked his elbow. He fucking planted his foot. His knee went out. Like, what? How can I predict that?
Yeah, fucking. And now I think I've seen some like Twitter doctors say
Wait,
that.
the other one was Cater versus Allen as well. Cater versus Arnold Allen. That one fucking got against me as well. So
Oh, did you pick Cater?
I picked Cater as well, man.
Oh,
Every
yeah,
fucking time. Every fucking time.
Fucking. I was so certain that Cater was gonna like get a finish late in that fight, and
Yeah.
he literally fucking blows his knee out in the first round. I'm like, okay, he's okay. The second, just Allen immediately kicks his fucking leg.
Yeah, but it was tough, man, because Fiziev was doing fucking good, man. He looked good. He had that fucking Tavares flexibility, catching the kicks, and then he ended up just fucking going backwards, getting balance. It looked good early. He was gunning body shots, but yeah, just tough.
And the thing is, Gamrot's not going to fight any of these guys from ATT. Like, he's not going to fight Dustin Poirier. He's not going to fight Renato Moicano. He's not going to fight Grant Dawson.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many guys he's not going to fight. And then he's already fought fucking Arman Suzuki, and they're not going to run that one back. He's already lost to Benil Dariush. It's like, he's not, Justin's not going to fight him. So it's like, this is like the worst thing that could have happened, if we're being honest.
Yeah, it's probably Gamrot versus fucking Dan Hooker then, for honest. That's what we're getting.
Yeah, that's what I said in my fights to make next. You do Dan Hooker versus Gamrot in New Zealand, and I guess we pray for a robbery Dan Hooker.
Yeah, gotta hope Hooker fucking shows up like he did against Jalen Turner. That fucking something motivated him that night to come out like that. Maybe it was the tattoos, who knows?
Yeah, maybe just the power of fucking. Maybe just whoever beats Brad Riddell, just Dan Hooker fucking gives him an infinite amount of rage.
True, that's actually a good point. But yeah, before we move on to the fucking all the fights got announced, I think once again this is proof that the UFC does pay attention to this podcast, because we were going to go a week. There was no point of us doing predictions for Green endorsement. It's fucking 2 weeks away. Do you know what I mean? So the UFC gave us these fights to get something to talk about in the podcast. That's what I'm saying. Dana was like, let's break the fucking news to the boys so they can talk about it on the podcast. Definitely a big watcher. So yeah, we appreciate it, UFC.
Fucking yeah, man. Like, I'm so happy that they announced these fights, man, because honestly, as sad as it sounds, every time I see a fucking Dana Instagram post with a bunch of fucking siren emojis, it gets me hype as fuck.
Yeah. 100%. Unless, do you want to talk about some of the Bellator stuff first? There was some stuff.
I didn't watch the card itself, but I did see some of the results.
Yeah, I need to talk about Mark Hewen. Mark Hewen, fucking beast, man. Putting Scotland on the map for that fucking striking. He's doing good, man. Very good. Amateur career. I think he's 5-0 now, been fucking knocking cunts out. Really technical striker, so yeah. Look out for Mark Hewen. Hopefully he doesn't stick with Bellator for too long. We just get some experience there. I could see him that. But yeah, lightweight, undefeated lightweight for Scotland. Trains in the same gym as Paul Craig and Stevie Ray. Higher level. Mark Hewen putting Scotland on the map, so yeah, good performance.
And he looks like Mike Davis. Does he fight like Mike Davis?
Yeah, he's a striker. Mike Davis is a bit more conventional Muay Thai, but he's a bit more kind of fluid with it. He fights a bit like, who's he fight like? It's just a lot of just setups, a lot of teep kicks and stuff. Very switch stance all the time, feints. Like a less born Adesanya, I guess I could say. But yeah, it looks very similar to Mike Davis. Scarily similar to Mike Davis, yeah. The Scottish Mike Davis, but very good fighter.
I've been watching a lot of Luke Riley highlights on my YouTube, and just randomly, a bunch of his highlights started popping up, so I started watching them. I forgot who it was against, but he had like this barn burner against this other guy. I can't remember what his name was, but it was just like a back and forth. He got dropped in the fight.
I was there for that fight. That was against Callum Parker in Manchester in April. I was there. I was front row for that fight. Yeah, really good fight. A questionable scorecard, 30-27. We got dropped in the first round, but I was there. It was a fucking crazy fight. The crowd went, oh fuck, he's going, oh fuck. He went down really early, but then came back. And then fair play, the guy he fought took that on short notice and had to fly away from California to Manchester on a week's notice to take it. So fair play, that guy Callum Parker. I think he trains at Team Alpha Meal. I think because he fought Uriah Fighters A1
Is
thing.
he American or is he?
He's British. He's British. He's got a brother as well, but he lives in America and he trains out there in California. So yeah, fair play to him for saving that card. They keep Luke Riley on. And Riley's fighting on Friday at Cage Warriors, Manchester, same building.
Yeah. I'm going to try and watch some of the upcoming Cage Warriors cards because they look pretty good. I think it's Paul Hughes and Mason Jones on the same card.
Yeah, that's the Dublin card.
I'm looking forward to that card.
Yeah, that's also got Samir Caddy versus Paddy McCory, so that's two middleweights on the rise. Paddy McCory's the guy who flying kneed Angus Stew and then fucking lit a spliff after he fucking beat him in the celebration. Yeah, should be a good card.
Is there anyone like, in the upcoming cards you're hyped on that maybe aren't like, big names or big prospects yet that you have your eyes on?
This Friday there was got to be Omran Shaban, but his fight got cancelled. So outside of him, who Luke Riley is the top one. The main event's good. Hendon and Harilla. That's got to be a great fight. Harry Harvick says he's picking James Hendon. So if anyone's interested in who, just randomly who picks that, that's what Harry Harvick thinks. Outside of that, Nathan Fletcher has got an easy fight, but he's probably the best guy who's not getting talked about in that card. He has only got one loss. It was to Dominic Wooden in a fight that he was winning. But he's fucking very solid, very solid. There's a win amateur over Loughran as well, and he's a fucking really good wrestler, so I think he gets the win now. But yeah, if Orman Shaban, if he was in the card, they talked about him a lot more, but his fight got cancelled, sadly.
Yeah, I think the UK is like going for a little bit of a renaissance, I'd say. Like, there's so many fighters coming up in Cage Warriors. What's the second biggest promotion in the UK?
There's a lot there's Golden Ticket, there is Full Contact Contender, Almighty EFC. These are the ones that kind of Parkin and shit came for guys like that. And that blind guy, not blind, sorry, Thomas, but the deaf guy.
The deaf guy, yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, but he's not fucking blind. Jesus Christ, that was such a
it'd be a bit hard to be a blind MMA fighter, I would say.
Thomas
out in the first 5 seconds.
Thomas Paul, the deaf guy, he came from one of them as well. But yeah. Yeah, there's not really a close second, but there's a couple just the local ones and stuff. And there's in Scotland, there's Rise and Conquer and Budo and stuff like that. And Holytown Havoc as well, which is Paul Craig's promotion.
There's a very interesting thing that's going on in an Australian promotion. So an Australian promotion called Hex. You've probably heard of Hex.
Yeah, I've heard of Hex.
They're doing a little raffle where the winner, a fan will get to fight an AFL player, which is Australian rules football.
Yeah.
Get to fight a former AFL player who's 42 years old in a fucking proper MMA fight.
I seen that. I seen you post that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually one of the craziest but coolest things I've ever seen. I think events need to do something more like that because he's like a bit of a controversial figure, I'm pretty sure. I'm not really too into footy over here. I only really watch combat sports, but yeah. I think it's a cool thing to do. You get a celebrity and you just get him against some random fan. It'll be funny as fuck though if the random fan has fucking 15 years of Muay Thai on his belt and 10 years of wrestling and just smokes him. But
yeah, just some fucking local gym signs up the fucking best prospect and they all fucking vote for him in the raffle and stuff just to fucking get him in there and fucking get a big performance on the highlight reel.
Just fucking beats the shit out of a fucking... He's 42 as well, the footy player. He's been retired for a couple years, so he just gets absolutely fucking smoked. It'd be very interesting, I'd say that much. Yeah. It's actually a solid card as well. It's got some really some prospects I'm really high on.
Nice.
Cody Haddon, Harry Webb.
I've heard of Haddon, yeah.
Yeah, Harry Webb's someone to keep your eye on. I think he went 6-0 as an amateur or 7-0 as an amateur. Now he's 2-0 as a pro. Against the guy he beat in his last fight was 7-1 as an amateur. But yeah, he beat him in his pro debut and just smoked him. But yeah, good prospect to look out for.
I know earlier we were talking about Joel Downey Cave, the fucking 3-6 guy from Australia who lives in the UK.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that. I was like, how the fuck did this dude get in fucking Liverpool out of all places? Just some random bogan Aussie dude in fucking Liverpool. But he probably fits in well, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I could see him walking down Liverpool Main Street, but yeah. He fought once in Cage Warriors, not on that. I think he's just been doing the UK regionals for a while.
Yeah. I guess he trains with Paddy Pimlet. I think he's at Next Gen.
Yeah, he's Next Gen, and so is fucking Gilbert Burns apparently in Next Gen. He's training some stuff there when he's in the UK.
I know. I see that. Very interesting meetup.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be cool for some of the guys.
The audio is a bit delayed.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a bit of delay when you were responding there, but I don't know.
Yeah, wait. Wait, hello?
No, I can hear you still.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a delay here, so we'll try work past this.
Yeah, I'll just, there's like roughly 4 seconds of awkward silence between every conversation, but
Yeah, because it's literally sending very delayed. Like I say this, and then 4 seconds later you hear me.
yeah, that's for
I
sure.
don't, I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't either, man. But we'll carry on. We'll trip on.
Yeah, we'll carry through. All right, so let's just talk about some of the fight announcements.
Let's go for it.
Oh my god! Yeah, I think the delays are getting quicker, longer now.
This is like just we're both just telling the shittest jokes, and neither of us are. It's just dead silence after everything we say.
Wait, can you leave and then rejoin?
Yeah, I can try.
Yeah, try that.
Okay.
Okay, yes. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It appears we had a bit of a slight delay, so hopefully, hopefully this will fix it. But if anybody's watching this and they do want to sponsor us in the future, we're willing and able to take cash payments. Thank you. Hello, mate.
Hello. Are we okay?
Oh, yes. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, that's after we did that.
Do you know what I want to know what you were talking about when I was away? What were we getting into? What was the fuel seal?
So I was just saying we'll sell our souls for some quick cash if anyone's willing to sponsor us.
Hey, listen, I'm fucking all about. I've got 3 bottles of Prime in the fridge. If Prime want to get a sponsorship, I'll wear a fucking Prime knit chain if that's what you want me to do.
I'm glad you mentioned that actually, because we have to speak about Ben Davis versus Gabe Silver.
Yeah. Shout out Ben Davis, man. I ain't got none but nice things to say about him for stepping in the man. Fair play to him. He didn't. You know what? He didn't even do that bad. He didn't do that bad. He fucking stayed in there, got back up after the first knockdown, which some people wouldn't have. Landed some punches. He did okay. And the guy who's fighting was a lot more experienced than him. He couldn't have done much better, man. Fair play to him. You know, I picked Silver by first round KO because you kind of had to, but he held his fucking own man as well as he could. So fair play to him.
I've seen a bunch of TikTok edits of fucking like Gabe Silver highlights of him Kane Ben the Bane Davis. It's so weird. Like literally like hype music and playing and acting like Gabe Silver's like fucking Adesanya or some shit. It's craziness.
It is interesting when you see the comments like great performance, man. It's like Ben Davis is literally a fucking guy from Twitter trained like 2 months.
Apparently they were like shit. They were shitting on him on commentary, saying like, he was eating pizza and everything.
That annoyed me. Todd Grisham is the guy who used to commentate WWE in like 2010. He was taking piss at him, and then obviously they're on commentary with each other. And he's like, friends him, like, "You did good, man." It's like, "Fuck off, man! You're saying he was terrible in the ring and saying he shouldn't have been there. He's a joke, and then you're fucking saying it to him." That annoyed me.
To be fair, he did say like towards the second half of the fight, he's like, he's looking a bit better here.
Yeah. But people put respect on Ben Davis, man. Especially after that fucking jiu-jitsu match where he got fucking screwed basically by that fucking guy, Brad Bolton, I think it was.
I think Ben Davis' MMA debut needs to happen. He's gave grappling a show, he's gave boxing a go. Now it's time for him to go MMA.
That's true. He fights guys that are a lot better than him, so probably him versus like fucking. Who could they give him as an amateur MMA fight? I'm trying to think. Probably there's a guy coming up. There's a guy called like Hamzat something. He's a Turkish guy. They probably gave him fucking this undefeated guy.
Yeah, I think it's Hamzat Maev.
That sounds right. That sounds about right.
That's probably as well.
Yeah, that's probably what we're doing with Ben Davis, man. Feeding me him. That's what they're doing his entire career so far. Poor guy.
Yeah, that guy. He's literally like Hamzat, but instead of being a welterweight and middleweight, he's a lightweight and a welterweight. It's like I swear they're making these guys in factories, man. Because I've been going through all the gyms and everything around that areas. There is so many just undefeated guys in them regions, like 13-0. It's like, what the fuck? How is the talent pool so big over there? It's like
that is just the sport, I guess. I don't know how fucking big other sports are in those parts of the world, man.
You know, it's something crazy I've seen. I got curious how many MMA fighters are there, and there was one source that was saying that there's only 1,000 active MMA fighters in the world. It's like that is definitely not true. There's like 1,000. There's like 1,000 fucking MMA fighters in like a small village in Dagestan alone.
Yeah, there's more. There's 1,000 MMA fighters going around in California itself, not just in the fucking world. Especially if you count amateur as well. Not a chance.
I found a Sherdog thread that was talking about it. Apparently, there's like on Fight Finder alone, which is how you find fights and everything. There's apparently over 200,000 fucking MMA fighters, and that's only active ones. So there's probably like other guys, who semi-professional who fight every now and then and everything like that. So it's like, yeah, there's definitely like an endless fucking amount of MMA fighters in the world.
Would you want to get into some of these fighting announcements we've got coming up?
Yeah, definitely. Which fight do you want to start with?
You read them out, whatever's been announced more recently, and we'll just go through them.
Well, I guess we'll start off with the Kelvin Gastelum fight. Never in my 22 years of life did I ever think we'd be seeing Sean Brady versus Kelvin Gastelum. I can say that much. It was definitely not a fight I ever fought, but I actually really like this fight, and especially I really like it for Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah, especially on that card as well, man. Because nothing screams fucking card that's definitely in front of a fucking crowd than that. That's not getting put in the Apex. I can tell you that for sure. But yeah, stylistically, it's a good matchup for Gastelum because Brady ain't going to out wrestle him. He ain't going to take him down and hold him down. It's just not going to happen against Gastelum. And toughness-wise, I don't know how to exactly word it, but there's a difference toughness-wise and grit-wise between Kelvin Gastelum and Sean Brady. I don't know how to put it into words, but it's a very stark difference. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and I will say Kelvin Gastelum hit hard. Bilal Muhammad hit not too hard.
I wouldn't see Bilal Muhammad TKO on Kelvin Gastelum. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know. I'll hold my hands up. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm walking on eggshells here. Maybe Twitch will come out for us, but I just don't think you get TKO by Bilal Muhammad. I just don't think it would happen.
Yeah, I still don't understand it, man. Did I tell you my theory for that December 2nd card?
No, I don't think so, no.
So I've seen a few people have the similar theory, and the theory is that they're stacking it up so much because they're going to have Juliana Pena versus Pennington main event that card for the Bacon.
Yeah, I could see that. Because I don't know what else I've got to do that belt, and it feels like, oh my fucking god, what a stinker of division that is, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I'm just thinking about that fucking top 5. It's like the same it fucking was. It's Pena, fucking Pennington, Holly Holm, fucking Kelton Vieira, like an absolute fucking dead division, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I could see him doing that. Hopefully fucking Ronda comes back for fucking something interesting can happen, because that division, man, that is about as useless as fucking featherweight at this point.
Yeah, it's getting fucking bad. Like that December 2nd card though is like, I cannot wait for it. Let's just Kelvin Gastelum versus Sean Brady. Even this fight's pretty interesting. Clay Guida versus Joaquim Silva.
Yep.
It's a very interesting fight. I had a fear. I thought Joaquim Silva was going to retire because he put his gloves in the ring after his Arman Tsuzuki fight, but I'm glad he didn't. And then also, which some fights we'll get into soon, but Khalil Roundtree versus Azamat Mirzakhanov, that could main event like an Apex card in my opinion. You have Roman Dolidze versus Jared Cannonier. That could definitely be a main event. Rob Font versus Davison Figueiredo. That could definitely be a main event. It's just fucking crazy card.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't fucking leave it Misha Tate versus Julia Avila.
Yeah,
I called that fight, by the way. I called that fight like a month ago. That was because it was the only person that she was going to fight. And she put out, she gave it away. Do you want to know how I instantly knew Misha Tate was fighting her? She gave it away on Instagram. She had a poll on her story, and it was like, who am I fighting next? And it was like Santos, maybe Holm, and then Avila was in there. And I said to myself, Misha Tate wouldn't know who Julia Avila is unless she was fighting her. Do you know what I mean? And I said that. Yeah. I said that. It's like she's not putting her on the poll if she doesn't know who she is, and then fucking 2 days later she's fighting her. Fucking so easy to tell.
Fucking hell, man!
I think she might lose that. I think she might lose that. By the way, Avila's actually kind of. She's been out for a long time, but she was pregnant. She's actually quite aggressive, and she's got a bit of fucking oomph though, a bit of sting to her shots. I could see her beating to it. Pale looked fucking dog shit against Murphy, by the way. That was, and against Vieira, the fucking windshield fucking wipers for 5 rounds. Jesus Christ, that was fucking terrible.
She made Lauren Murphy look like fucking Max Holloway in that fight.
Do you remember what I'm talking about the Oliveira fight? Which is doing this for 5 rounds. Like, you've been fighting longer than I've been alive. What are you fucking doing? Can't he fucking jab? It was so bad. I hate watching it.
Yeah,
you can't criticize it because people just go, but she's been fighting for so long. That's the fucking point. That's why it's so bad. That's why it's embarrassing. Just it was so bad. Like, that's like Candia's little pose, but she's doing it for fucking 5 rounds. It's so fucking embarrassing.
doing the wax on, wax off.
Yeah, literally, man, it was fucking terrible. But yeah, I think Avia might be.
Movies.
Yeah, but yeah, great card though nonetheless. And Soriano versus Stoltzfus.
Oh, and, yeah, of course.
Bad call from the UFC putting Roundtree in the same card as Veronica Hardy. If you know, you know. Why the fuck would you put Roundtree and Hardy in the same card as each other? If you know, you know. That's an interesting decision.
Fuck, I don't know. What is the story there?
I don't know how much I get into it. There's a lot of history between Dan Hardy and Khalil Roundtree and some stuff between them. So I just think it's interesting that put him in the same card as his wife. I'll leave it at that. You can do some research on your own. But yeah, it's interesting.
Damn, I didn't even know there was a backstory to that. Now yeah. you got to at least give me some clues.
I can't remember the full details, but I think it was just history of something happened in that event with each other, and I think it might have involved Veronica Hardy, and yeah, I think it's just interesting. Definitely an interesting choice to put in the same card as each other. When you definitely didn't have to do that, especially when Hardy lives in the UK and they put it on a card in America. I don't know, just think it's interesting.
Interesting. You're gonna have to tell me after this.
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll find what I was looking for earlier, but yeah, I'll tell you.
But yeah, still very, very good fight announcements. You know that Dustin Stoltzfus fight's probably going to be fight of the night.
Yeah, I think Soriano was going to fucking beat him. As tough as it is to pick against Soriano, the GOAT. I mean, Stoltzfus the GOAT, the German-American GOAT. I think that Soriano was going to beat him up badly.
Why the fuck does Dustin Stoltzfus rep Germany?
He moved to Germany. I think and also Stoltzfus is a fucking German name, so I think he's like Mom's German or something. But yeah, he lived there.
Pretty sure he's Amish. I'm pretty sure he grew up Amish or so.
Yeah. But he moved to Germany, and I'm pretty sure that he went to college there as well, or something like that. He spent a lot of time in Germany.
Oh, interesting. Didn't help him against Abbas Magomedov, but
no. Two part Germans find each other, and the one born closer to Germany won.
Yeah, the one. Does he live in Germany or
what? Stoltzfus?
Yeah.
I think he's trained in America, but I don't know. He might live in Germany. I feel like I've heard him say it before. But he's got a very American accent still, but he looks like Tom Hardy. He's a very interesting person, this Stoltzfus.
Yeah, I remember fucking Bruce Buffer just coming over to him and giving him a fucking pep talk after he got knocked out.
Just tell him, please don't fucking end it all tonight. You've got so much to live for, Dustin. Please stay strong.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Dustin Stoltzfus is going to go on his fucking championship run to the belt now. Just somehow beats Soriano, comes back and brutally fucking KOs fucking Joe Pyfer in a rematch.
Yeah, he's got the bragging rights over him, so yeah. But what are some of the other fights he got announced? Gary versus Luque.
Matt Frivola versus Benoit Saint Denis.
Yeah, interesting pick from MMA Guru, picking Frivola by KO. I don't really see that happen. The chin-wise, I think Sandini's a lot stronger. Listen, I like Matt Frivola steamroller. He's a cool guy, but I just think if Polo Reyes can do it, I think Sandini can do it. And if there's one thing he's been strong to have, it's a great fucking chin. Granite chin, Sandini. And I think they'll probably cancel each other out in the grappling. They both got good grappling backgrounds. Frivola was a wrestler, and Sandini does a lot of jiu-jitsu. That's what he came up doing in the regional scene when he was undefeated. He was a jiu-jitsu guy, but I think he'll end up staying in the feet. I think Sandini might catch him early, to be honest. That's what I could see.
I fucking love Benoit Saint Denis. I can't even lie. He's just like, you can tell this guy was special forces. Just the way he has so much composure. Even against fucking Alicio Dos Santos, he's getting battered for 3 rounds, and he doesn't look like he's fucking fazed by it.
Yeah, that's a cool backstory though. That he was in the special forces and shit. You can kind of tell by the tattoos and shit, and just the way he fucking acts that he's got a bit of extra toughness to him than the average person. He's
Cyril Gane's keeping the French stereotypes alive by refusing to fight Aspinall Pavlich, but Benoit Saint Denis is breaking them French stereotypes by being a fucking total fucking badass who doesn't surrender.
Yeah, it's a good look for the country. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Who did you have for Khalil Roundtree versus Azamat Murzakanov, by the way?
Roundtree is looking good, but it's like the performance that everyone goes back to from Murzakanov is he was losing to Tafon Chukwi, but then he did fly knee him out cold. Khalil Roundtree didn't fly knee Pratkin out cold. He decisively lost that fight. There's just some fights with Roundtree. It's like the Jacoby fight where he clearly fucking lost and gave it to him. I just think about some of the wins, and it's Chris Dawkins and Roberson, and I'm just not convinced that he beats Murzakanov. Murzakanov has had some questionable performances against it, but he looked really good against Jacoby. That's a legit winning against Jacoby. Hurting him as well on the feet. Jacoby's got a decent chin, very decent chin, and yeah, I don't know if he'll knock out Roundtree. I could see one of the decision though against Roundtree, 3 rounds.
Yeah, I'm going with Azamat there. I know this might be a controversial take, but I don't really rate a win over Chris Dawkins too highly, if we're being honest,
Nah, what are you talking about? Fucking casual take, man. I thought you might be a hardcore fan. This podcast saying Dawkins ain't a good win after the fucking run he had.
Yeah, it's not like he was coming off 3 brutal KO losses or anything, He was
put some respect in the Dawkins name, bro. Come
on. Fucking poor Chris Dawkins, man. Just fucking gets KO artist after KO artist. Like
Chris Dawkins
under his chin.
Chris Dawkins, can you do something for me?
Get knocked out 4 fights in a row.
I'm not going to get into the other lyrics that Guru said in that fucking thing because it got very dark very quickly. The fucking poor Chris Dawkins.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have Azamat. I actually think he finishes Khalil Roundtree, or at least gets.
I could see him doing it. Yeah, Roundtree. He was getting hit by Dawkins a little bit, and Dawkins got Dawkins basically. But yeah, I could see Murzakanov wrestling him as well.
And then we have Rob Font versus Davison Figueiredo. I'm picking. I think I might be picking the underdog. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the betting odds or anything, but I'm actually taking Davison in this fight. But it is a close one.
I think Font would be too big for him. I think people forget more often than not, flyweights beat bantamweights. Quite often that happens. Even going up a weight class. Think about Cejudo against Dillashaw. Garbrandt moved down, got fucked up. It's happened time before. Fucking Nate Maness was a good bantamweight, got schooled by Tigir Ulanbekov. Flyweights typically do win against bantamweights, but that's a different one, I think. I think Font would be too big for him. I don't know if Figueiredo out-grapples him realistically, because flyweights, there's not a lot of really good wrestlers at flyweight. Even Mackay, if he didn't hold people down that well, it's jiu-jitsu at flyweight, which is dangerous, like Royval, with Figueiredo himself, Pantoja, Moreno. They're all good jiu-jitsu, but wrestling-wise, I don't see him doing it. And on the feet, it could be interesting, but I could see Font holding his own and even like hurting him with a stiff jab just on the fucking motion. Figueiredo gets a bit too hesitant, which is seen against Moreno. You can kind of tame Figueiredo a little bit and tame his aggressiveness early. So I'll go Font, but I'll root for Figgy just for the flyweights.
Yeah, definitely. I actually think that he's going to catch Font, but again, his power could not translate at all for a while.
He's looking chubby. Have you seen on Instagram?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So we'll see how he looks. Because obviously it's still a couple months away, so we'll see how he looks in fight night. See if he bulks up. The face-off tells all I need to know. But yeah, I think I'll go with Font probably.
It's crazy because I remember you seeing that apparently Figueiredo would get up to like 165 pounds or some shit. It's like,
yeah,
it's fucking insane. And maybe that's literally him at 165 pounds because, yeah,
man's looking. True.
Maybe we just see Figueiredo go full fucking Paul Hanato Jr. go up to heavyweight.
That's like full Paul Hanato Jr. That's such a fucking random reference, but yeah. We'll see. Yeah. I'll
the only person I can think of who was a welterweight and then just, normally I'd say Jake Collier, but this guy was literally a welterweight who literally just got a fucking obese and went up to heavyweight.
Yeah, respect though. I'll root for Figgy, but yeah.
Then we had Jake Matthews versus Michael Morales. I think this fight's a lot, and I'm not just saying this because I'm Australian, but I think this fight is a lot closer than people think it's going to be.
Yeah, as a Michael Morales OG fan, he is worrying because he is very open. But the thing that the age has always got to be on his side. He's so young, he's got plenty of time to improve. Every time in between a fight, you have to assume he's going to get a lot better. And I don't think Max Griffin's that bad of a win. I know he's been losing recently, but Max Griffin's pretty fucking tough. I will go with Morales, but as a guy who has rooted for him since the Contender Series, he is worrying against these guys where he's not unbeatable, he's not destroying everyone, and then there is room for people to beat him. So we'll see. I guess we'll see what fucking Jake Matthews turns up though. Do you know what I mean? That's the big two.
Yeah, I think that Morales is just going to wrestle Jake Matthews. I think that's
Yeah,
his
so
path to victory. If he strikes with Matthews, Matthews can like actually crack him, I reckon. But
yeah, people forget that Morales out-wrestled Vernitikov in the Kindle series right well, who's a
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Kazakhstan
That's
guy.
yeah. So I reckon Morales will probably grapple his way to a victory here.
Yeah, but what I don't get about Morales is when he was coming up in the regional scene, he had really good fundamentals, and he just fucking started fucking doing the wildest shit in his fights in the UFC. So maybe he can go back to that. He'd be quite good in the fight.
And speaking of wild, we have fucking Jared Cannonier versus Roman Dolidze. Not a fight I thought I'd be talking about, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I've got Cannon here, quite simple to be honest. The Lidzi is he's got good ground game for a middleweight or from a light heavyweight as well. Good jiu-jitsu, especially against Hermanson. But on the feet, he is rather not good, to just word it like that. He is rather not very good.
All he
Cannonier,
has is crazy power and an
yeah,
overhand.
yeah, and yeah, I'm not convinced. The fact that it's just the Trevin Giles fight just stinks to me. The fact that he got fucking crap in that fight as well was terrible. Cannonier, on the other hand, is a good striker for middleweight, especially. Look at the Whitaker fight, Strolled Vittori. Held his own against Adesanya. The age is an issue, definitely, but Dillinger ain't too young either. So yeah, I've got Cannonier. Got to go with him.
It's middleweight. Fucking Roman Dolidze first round KO
True,
incoming.
fucking probably head kick him and fucking MRI rolling knee bar or some shit like that. I could see it.
Somehow he's gonna literally fucking tear Jared Cannonier's knee apart, probably. And
Or
then
he hides some fucking crystals in his gloves and fucking pads him like that against Cannonier, knocks him out.
Jesus Christ. Or fucking Cannonier literally just kills him. I could also see that. I could literally just see Cannonier running through him. But I think Roman Dolidze's wrestling is just like non-existent. Like he doesn't not so much his takedowns. He just doesn't have a takedown game. And Jared Cannonier's got pretty solid takedown defense.
And Cannonier's not got to shoot him or anything to get in the ground anyway. So
yeah, I could honestly I could see this looking like the Vittori fight, but with Roman Dolidze not having a Marvin Vittori chin.
yeah, I thought we might get the Georgians coming after us for this one. This might be a bit of a controversial one.
Oh yeah, I some of the Georgians are pretty crazy. But shout out to Illison. I hope I pronounced his name right. He's the OG Georgian on MMA Twitter. He's a good guy. I talk to him quite a lot.
Shout out him, man. Shout out him.
But yeah, there's definitely there's some crazy Georgians that will fucking kill you if you even assume that somebody will lose from Georgia.
If you dare pick Zviadz officially to lose to Jonathan Martinez, how dare you?
I actually did see a guy go off about that, and then I seen someone claim that guy was a better wrestler than Marab.
Crazy. Georgia. He actually didn't beat anyone. It was the fucking biggest hand crosser ever.
I know.
And getting to the UFC. And MMA Guru picked him as well. I wouldn't let people forget that. MMA Guru picked Velishvili to beat fucking Jonathan Martinez. Crazy.
Alright, so there was a Montana De La Rosa versus JJ Aldridge fight, but I'm not really going to get into that one.
Yeah, well that's 2 weeks away, so we can get into that when it comes.
Yeah, exactly. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Thompson. This was so unexpected. Just out of nowhere, Stephen Thompson's like, tags Shavkat Rakhmonov. Hey, I've accepted a fight against you for December 16th, brother. Like, fucking where the fuck did this come from? The whole year he had not wanted that fight, and then there we go. Here's Shavkat versus Stephen Thompson.
When Wonderboy literally said, "Are you going to fight Shavkat?" He went, "Nah, I'd lose." Now he's fighting him. I don't know what changed. Maybe it was the Jeff Neal fight. Because to be fair, I'll be honest. If this stays in the feet, Wonderboy's got a very good chance. Shavkat's defense in the feet is what we call tall man defense, and that's leaning backward with your chin up, hoping you don't get hit. So if it stays in the feet, Wonderboy's got a very good chance here. Wonderboy's still that guy. We've seen that. We've found that out. And I mean, people look at the Jeff Neal performance. He made Jeff Neal look like it was his fucking first day in the gym sparring. He looked so bad against Wonderboy because he just keep getting cut off. Could not get. It was burping his fucking lungs out because he was getting kicked in the body that much in that fight. But the issue becomes when it goes to the ground or in the clinch, where I could see this being very hard to watch in moments. But there is that hope if Wonderboy can keep on the feet. He's got a good chance, so that's what you got to hope for. But I think Shavkat gets it done. I think that's the safer pick.
Honestly, I don't think Shavkat's takedown game is that good. Obviously, his grappling in general is very good, but he only really, from what I've seen, he really only gets takedowns with trips. Maybe he got something like he shot a single or a double on Magny, but that is Neil Magny. A fucking broom would take Neil Magny down. But I think he mostly goes for trips. We did see Jeff Neal. He stuffed every takedown, but Jeff Neal does have some very underrated takedown defense.
That's like the best part of Jeff Neal's game. Yeah.
Would you say that Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad, like, would you say they have better takedowns than Shavkat?
Gilbert Burns not really, but maybe Bilal. Bilal's got like decent single legs and stuff, but I don't know about Gilbert though. I don't Gilbert Burns not going for his explosive double legs or anything, is it really?
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm going with Shavkat here, but I do think that I don't think it'll be as easy as people think. I think Wonderboy will give him some problems.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And I think Shavkat is going to stand with him to prove a point a little bit because, you think I'm still a grappler after his fucking Jeff Neal fight, which he won with a submission, but he sent that tweet out to Wonderboy. So I think maybe he's going to try and prove a point, and he might strike with Wonderboy for the first round or two.
Standing submission, mind you, before it was a fucking standing rear naked choke, so.
Yeah, that fight was so fun though.
Yeah. And then are we going to get into Luki and Ian Garner?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. So, wait, was there any other fights I missed before that? Hold on, let me just load up Big Marcel's page again.
Of course, old reliable.
Yeah. Oh, it's not the biggest fight, but it's a fun fight. They announced Uros Medic versus Johnny Parsons for November 18th.
Yeah, man, that is a nerve-wracking call for you, man. November 18th. I'm not going to be having a good time that night. That's got to be fucking stressful as fuck.
You got Christian Leroy Duncan. You got fucking Paul Craig.
And Paul Craig, man. That's got to be... The morning after, that's either got to be one of them ones where I'll wake up fucking filled with joy. I'm going to just stare at the window for the entire morning just thinking, why did I watch this fucking sport? Got to be a tough one.
Yeah, fun card though. Not so much for you, but it will be a very fun card.
Yeah, I wish I was a casual fan, man. That'd be such a fun card just to watch too. There's like a lot of, it's not a stat card name wise, but there's a lot of just fun matchups on there.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, then there was Vicente Luque.
Wait, can I say something quickly? Did you see on Tapology they put CLD versus Almeida twice in the same card? And one of the guys in the comments put, I'm going with Almeida. He put two comments, and it was one with, I'm going to Cesar Almeida. I think he looked more impressive in his last fight, and then the second was Duncan flying knee in the second round. Because you can pick the fight twice, so you just pick both of them, just so you can't be wrong. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, Tapology, getting your fucking shit sorted, man. Phone.
Did you see them? They had Dan Argueta's name as Dan.
Dan Argueta, yeah. That was funny.
Yeah, they got to sort their shit out. But yeah, we had Vicente Luque versus Ian Gary really threw me off. Oh wait, fuck. I completely missed fucking Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett. Oh, fuck it. We'll talk about Vicente Luque versus Ian Gary. So yeah, I was scrolling through fucking Instagram and I just see Dana White. Vicente Luque versus Ian Gary is set. I'm like, what the fuck? I was thinking it was going to be JDM versus Luque, but here we are. Two Kill Cliff guys fighting. I do like this. None of them guys can avoid fighting each other forever, so I'm glad that the two guys from Kill Cliff are fighting.
I know this was inevitable, man. I'm glad this sets a precedent that hopefully these guys start fighting each other because it's Li Jingliang, Shavkat, Ian Gary, Luque, Usman, Burns. It's all fucking divisions at that gym. They start fighting each other, man. Because otherwise, we have a very, very bad place at welterweight if these guys refuse to fight each other. But I'm happy this is happening. They are boys with each other. I mean, I've heard Ian Gary talking about Luque and stuff. They train each other all the time. They're fighting each other. So hope it doesn't turn into a fucking a random reference here. Matt Schnell versus Tyson Nam. They just fucking looked at each other for 3 rounds and just kind of like, oh, I got you that one. Hopefully that's not this fight. It's just fucking sparring basically. Hopefully they go for it. I could see Luque bringing that dog into the fight. So yeah, I was going to make a bad joke there. I'm not going to say that. Yeah, I could see Luque bringing the dog into the fight here. And but I'm going to go with Ian Gary though. I think this is stylistically quite a good fight for him.
I agree. And I know this could be considered blasphemous, but I do think Ian Gary is very similar to Wonderboy. Just fights on the outside, he can, and I think he will leg kick a lot more, and I think that can give him some success. And plus, they've trained together, so he knows sort of what to expect. But also, you can say the same for Luque.
Yeah. Well, I
thought in both ways that they're both fought fighters very similar. Obviously, Luque's fought Wonderboy, and then I'd say Song Kanan is obviously not as good, but I would say very similar to a Luque. Obviously has a very powerful left hook, which he did catch Ian Gary with, which, could be a defensive flaw that Vicente Luque could, find. But I do think Ian Gary will win this. And also, I want to say, I feel really bad for Gilbert Burns.
Yeah. Why? Wait. Because of what?
Because he's like brothers with Luque, and like he's treating fucking Ian Gary like his son, like he's like.
Yeah.
It's fucking rough for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming people are talking about the corners and stuff. I'm assuming that it'll be Burns and Lucas corner. And I mean, Ian
Yeah.
Gary's he's not training as much as he used to do in Kilcliff, which is the thing I was going to mention though. When Ian Gary got there, he was fresh out of Cage Warriors, and there was a lot of improvements he made between the Cage Warriors and getting to this point in UFC. So Lucas been there watching Ian Gary prove, so he could know what he improved on and what he's maybe lacking. He's seen Ian Gary in those weak spots when he wasn't as good coming off the Cage Warriors, so maybe he can expose that stuff. And the thing was with Ian Gary, the guy's got a strong mindset, but no matter how much you believe in yourself, like some people are going to have bad chins. Ian Gary's got a very small, pointed head. He's going to have a bad chin. You can't fix that in the gym. You can't do chin conditioning. You know what I mean? As much people will say that you can, it's not going to happen. So it's always got to be an issue. If Luki can push his way inside, make it dirty, which Luki has done time and time again, he could do it and catch him with a hook and put him away. And even then, Ian Gary's got good jiu-jitsu. I mean, Ian Gary has good jiu-jitsu, but Luki's got good jiu-jitsu. We'll forget that. We've seen it in the RDA fight. But even though Wonderboy's a bit more side-on stuff, a lot more things from the side, Ian Gary's a bit more straight up the middle. I will go with Ian Gary probably by... I could see him finish him with something in the middle as well, like a straight right and TKOs him, but yeah, I'll go Ian Gary, early pick.
Yeah, I think if he does, like, you know, if he, say Vicente Luque does get Ian Gary in the same sort of trouble that Song Kanan got him, I could see, you know, Vicente Luque is a very good finisher. I could see him just fucking getting Ian Gary out of there. But yeah, I like Ian Gary. I think he'll get this one done by decision. I don't think he'll finish Vicente Luque, but yeah, I think this is going to be a fun fight, and I'm glad it sets a precedent that, you know, these guys got to start fighting each other because.
Agreed.
Yeah. And then we have Paddy Pimblett versus Paddy Ferguson.
It wasn't close, lad. It wasn't close. The fucking Paddy Pimblett, man. He's back. Though I was kind of expecting this. I've been expecting this for a while for this fight. Now that it's actually happening, it's got to be a fun press conference. That whole card's got to be quite fun. Colby and Ian Gary at the same press conference could be a sight to behold. But
even Paddy up there with, like, you know, Tony Ferguson, you know, even Colby Covington does. I've heard them talk some shit about each other, so I'm sure Colby will fucking go at Paddy Pimblett too.
Yeah, it'll be fun, but the fight itself is just, do we want to see this fight? Anyone really beg to see this fight? It's just, I don't know, man. It's a bit heartbreaking, honestly.
Yeah, I went from thinking, you know, Tony's got a good chance against Khabib to now shitting my pants that he's fighting Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah, imagine telling someone at the start of 2020 that Paddy Pimblett's got to be the favourite against Tony Ferguson. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is truly a fucking disgusting timeline. I've been thinking maybe this fight could be all right for Tony Ferguson. I don't think he's going to win, but I would say, you know, Bobby Green I'd say he's better than Paddy Pimblett. So maybe...
Yeah, striking wise at least, yeah.
So maybe Tony Ferguson get this done, but I'm not going to convince myself because then I'll just be so depressed when Paddy Pimblett somehow first round KOs him in the first quarter.
There's a narrative that's incorrect, I would say, that Paddy Pimblett's got a bad chin, which I heavily disagree with. If anything, he's actually got a good chin because he's been practicing with shots and taking them well. Like, people always talk about the Benjamini one, where he's like, he almost got KO'd, he got punched, you know what I mean? He got punched and then went a bit wobbly, then almost get KOs. Paddy Pimblett is actually quite reliable to take punches as well, because he was getting caught with some flush shots which is weird because Benjamini, I'd argue, is better than Levitt and better than Kazula Vargas, and it was his easiest fight because he's actually quite a dangerous striker. He's quite solid. He almost beat fucking Faz Yam in the last round. So Pimblett has got hands that he can use and fucking put the power on. So it's got to be tough, man. Tony's route to victory is what... I don't think maybe he grapples him, but Pimblett's jiu-jitsu is better than his striking. Does he out-strike him for 3 rounds? He could drop Green, he could drop Chandler, but they're a bit more likely to get dropped out of nowhere than Pimblett. So I don't know, man. It's tough to see what his path to victory is.
I think his path to victory is getting a KO. I on the other hand, I think people overrate Paddy Pimblett's chin a little bit. I think he's got
a great chin, but he's not. He doesn't get dropped in anything. He doesn't get wobbled either. Really, like think about the Jared Gordon fight. He's not like he was all over the fucking place. He gets hit with a shot. His thing is his head always gets fucking dinked back, and his hair. The hair is not a good look when it fucking goes like that because it's very dynamic and it goes all over the place. It's a very visually jarring thing, but I don't think Tony's got a fucking one punch drop or anything. Do you know what I mean? I
seen people commenting that Paddy Pimblett's got one of the best chins in the UFC. Did you see the bombs he was taking from Jared Gordon? It's like Jared Gordon's known for being a pillow puncher, man.
Yeah, That's what I'm saying. It's not the people that he's fighting; it's the punches that he's taking. Because Gordon was loading up the right hooks on him when he was planting his feet. Which Gordon is not a power. I don't know who Jared Gordon's fucking KO'd, to be honest. But it's the shots he's taking square on the chin, and he's taking them to be fair. And it's this shows Tony Ferguson at this point in his career is not a power puncher either. So I can rely on him to take punches from Tony. I don't think he's got one of the best chins in the UFC. I wouldn't fucking say that, but he's reliable to take a shot and keep going. At least is what I'd say.
He's been dropped a few times in Cage Warriors though.
It dropped by Julian Erosa, I think, which at featherweight, which is we all say featherweight, a bit of a tougher weight cut, but I'm pretty sure Julian Erosa dropped him. I think in the 5-rounder.
Yeah, and he got dropped by some guy, but then he cut the guy with an elbow, and then they stopped it due to a doctor stoppage. I forgot what the guy's name was, but he has been dropped a few times. But yeah, I do think Paddy Pimblett's going to win this. But I can just see this being so competitive for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it is concerning when you do think maybe it is competitive and it's Tony Ferguson. You know, it's not the best look there. Because, you know, he gives you hope, man. That's the thing with Tony. He gives you hope. He's like, he drops Chandler, drops Bobby Green. You're thinking, oh my God, Tony's back.
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
fucking sold by Bobby Green for the first time in 7 years. Makes no sense, man. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It'd be a feel-good moment if Tony won, but I just don't think it's likely.
Well, at the very least, not, you know, Paddy Pimblett's a big name, so if he wins, I guess it's good for the sport. I guess maybe it will help some more people from Liverpool get into MMA, maybe, but
yeah. I don't know how much more people. I think Paddy's already got most of Liverpool on the side, to be honest, but yeah.
But maybe it will influence someone to go train or something. And maybe Paddy Pimblett will fucking influence the next fucking great goat from Liverpool to start training.
I was going to say that, yeah. Maybe remotivate Dan to get back in the UFC. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a great fucking main card though. Fucking Leon versus Colby, Pantoja versus Royval, Wonderboy Shavkat, Gary Luque, Paddy Tony. That's a fucking amazing main card. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we still don't have the final fight for the UFC 294 main card.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they might have given up on that because they've put fucking what's his mush? Fucking the side Nurmagomedov versus Mungathov in the main card.
After they did that, then they changed it to Tim Elliott versus Makayev.
That's also in the main card though. It's a 6-fight main card.
Yeah, but then Dana, when he was talking about 294 in one of those announcement things, he said there's still one more fight to come for that card.
True. Yeah, I don't know what it will be though.
I think it's going to be Dariush versus Ahmed Tazoukian, but
yeah, I could see that. I think it would still be a 6-fight main card though, because they did that with the Glover Yan card in 2021. That was a 6-fight main card for pay-per-view, so I could see him doing that.
I love Abu Dhabi cards, man. They're fucking sick. The only bad thing is I'm like fucking dying of sleep deprivation, but that, you know, you have to deal with that every card. So
have you seen the bout order for that? Where the fucking Trevor Peaks, the fucking main event, the prelims, and below Anshul Jubilee.
Oh, what a goated timeline.
Yeah. And they put Nathaniel Woods the second fight in the card. It's the fucking early prelims.
Jesus Christ.
He's sort of feeling like one secret featherweight about to get into the rankings, just be Andre Fili. Like, it makes no sense.
Fucking, have you watched any of that? I might have asked you this before, but have you watched anything from Muhammad Yahya?
No, not yet. I'll wait until the fight week probably.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I need to watch because I don't know who this fight's meant to be benefiting because he's the first fighter from the UAE in the UFC, so you'd think they'd want to build him up.
Well, Kassim Askabov, don't forget about him.
Yeah, but I guess so. Now Hamzat Chimaev's representing the UAE.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah, I don't really know why, but yeah, that's something fucking ill for Sweden. That was the only guy they had.
So I think it's because in Sweden they allow people to like burn holy books. So I don't think he was a fan of that. So it was just completely fucking dipped on Sweden. And I don't know if he's going to train at All Stars though, because he said he's going to revoke his fucking Swedish citizenship or some shit like that.
Damn. That's them lost North. They lost Gustafsson, lost Hamzat, and they lost fucking Amir Albazi as well. He's fucking representing Iraq, I think now, rather than Sweden.
What's Gustafsson doing?
Fucking not fucking winning fights in the UFC apparently. Not fighting.
I wish we got that Gustafsson Ben Rothwell fight.
And then wasn't it maybe him versus Arlovsky as well? And then he felt like it was that one. Yeah, that would have been a fucking classic. They shouldn't have really cut Ben Rothwell, man. Honestly, probably would have still been in the UFC beating fucking Bryce at this point in his career. Could have seen it happen.
Yeah. But he's doing his thing in BKFC, fucking
Yeah.
300 pounds in BKFC, just killing people.
I love Ben Roethlisberger, man. See, if there was ever another live action Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I would cast Ben Roethlisberger to play Leatherface. I think he's fucking perfect for the role.
Have you seen that video of Ben Rothwell in like 1999 just beating the shit out of some fat kid?
No, I haven't. Can't say I have.
Okay, so he was like, fucking Ben Rothwell would have been like 19 or something. He fought some like 17, 16-year-old, and he was literally just some fat kid wearing a shirt even in the ring, and he's just getting the fucking shit beaten out of him. The meme for like the video, because the video got uploaded in like 2006, it's like a kid got lost on the way to a gathering fucking card game or some shit.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, Magic of the Gathering, that's it.
Yeah.
I don't play card games or anything like that, but yeah, he said
no,
the kid got lost to the Magic of the Gathering fucking, and he ended up walking into a cage fight, and yeah, it's just Ben Rothwell brutalizing this poor kid, and the guy filming it's like, why are they letting this go? Come on, he's a kid, man, leave him alone.
I remember Ben Roethlisberger on Believe You Me talking about how he fought someone in like a fucking fast food restaurant as well. But he was kind of like I think Ben Roethlisberger's a bit autistic, so I think he got kind of bullied quite a lot. He's a bit of a he seems a bit slow, Ben Roethlisberger, but that's what makes him lovable. He's like a fucking the friendly giant, basically. So yeah, good guy, Ben Roethlisberger.
Do you remember when some guy on Twitter was like, why would anyone want to see fucking Ben Roth, like watch a heavyweight fight and watch Ben Rothwell's sloppy tits or sloppy tits or something? And Ben Rothwell just responded, "Go fuck yourself, asshole."
Did you see what on Twitter with Carlos Mota and Corey Durden? Did I send it to you? I'm gonna didn't I? He was keep claiming Corey Durden. Shut your bitch ass up.
Yeah, because fucking Carlos was being, to be fair, Carlos was like talking shit to fucking Cody Durden when he was like fighting Charles Jordan, and then he just switched up trying to be all nice, and Cody Durden, she was like, "Go fuck yourself, asshole."
Yeah, he fought Durden and then popped for Royce as well, so he did have a reason to get annoyed with him.
I think he's still in the UFC though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's on a suspension now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was looking at?
He follows me on Twitter, so I got to like him a little bit.
Well, Mota.
Yeah, I didn't even follow him. He followed me. I was just, oh, okay. I guess we're friends.
You know who follows me on Twitter? Vinicius Salvador, that Brazilian flyweight. He follows me on Twitter. I don't know why. I don't post it on Twitter. I just reply to shit and like shit. I don't know why fighters actually follow me, but I've got a couple. It's weird. But what was I going to say? I've got to say something about Carl. Maybe not actually. Fuck knows. I've got to say something about Twitter. I can't remember what as well.
Oh wait, I also remembered another thing. I think the guy had a Alistair Overeem profile picture. So Ben Rothwell, I think he responded by knocking out fucking Overeem as well.
Nice, fucking Shad move, man. Shad. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. I was looking at the Wikipedia page for the UFC, and it's always the newest signees, and then I always looking at the suspension page, and it's got like that fucking heavyweight, fucking Jorge Gonzalez, who's been suspended for about 3 years or something. And my favourite one on there, suspended Jeff Molina indefinitely under investigation. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know where to see the return of Jeff Molina in the UFC, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He comes out as the first bisexual male fighter, and then, there you go, he's gone. Yeah. It would have been great. It would have been great for the LGBTQ MMA community, but we'll never know.
Someone posted the Gabriel Silva finish from Ben Davis to send Jeff Molina finished him faster.
Yeah, I seen that.
Crazy stuff.
Oh, speaking of the LGBTQ community, I was watching this fight promotion. I think it was some Polish promotion, and it was like a pride card, not like the fucking Japanese pride. It was literally a card with like people from the LGBTQ community fighting each other. It was very interesting. Two cross-dressers were fighting in the main event, I think. It was very interesting. It was very...
The guy, that story of the guy who wore the Pride Never Dies t-shirt and got stopped in public thinking it was for a fucking an LGBT thing, the Pride logo, Pride Never Dies.
Amazing. I fucking... Did you watch the Ryzen card?
No, but I know that Spike Carlisle lost, which is very sad.
I know. I fucking love Spike Carlisle so much, man.
I was only looking forward to Spike Carlisle and Todd Duffy, and Todd Duffy's fight got fucking cancelled. So.
Oh shit! Why did it get cancelled?
I don't know. The guy who's fighting was the guy that fought Junior Tafa on his last fight in Rising, that kind of sumo guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why it got cancelled though. Probably Duffy fucking pulled it, if I'd imagine. Something
Oh,
unfortunate.
that's a shame. I was actually, I was looking forward to that too.
Yeah. Todd Duffy though got not humbled by, but he fucking ran into Phil Fries, the fucking UK heavyweight GOAT. Hasn't lost a fight in about 7 years. Been KSW heavyweight champion for so long. He's beaten everybody.
Yeah, avenged his loss against Todd Duffy too, because Todd Duffy beat him before.
Phil Fries, man, fucking the dad bod, fucking middle-aged GOAT that he is, man, absolute beast.
He's coming for John Jones.
We'll see. Yeah, he's only fucking one of his only losses was Stipe in the UFC, so we'll see.
Fucking. What was I gonna say? Fuck. I can't even. Oh, did you see that? Apparently, like Stipe is literally like fucking 265 pounds right now.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't seen that.
Apparently, he's just like completely bulked up of all. Like he's just completely fucking shredded right now, according to Chael Sonnen. So I don't know how true it is.
Well, Stipe's been bigging up his striking and stuff, so he's got to KO Jones. Maybe that's what he's looking for, just to fucking maraud him, walk him down, maybe.
Could you imagine the scenes though? Like, you know, I'm the more I'm thinking about the fighters, the more I'm thinking Stipe has like a solid chance against John Jones.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Jones hasn't like the Gann performance is good, obviously, but I don't know if the thing is, I'd have to hurt Stipe in the feet to do that to him, to the guillotine. I don't think he just subs Stipe, but he's been out for a long time and he is getting up there in age, which is the issue. So I don't know. It would be class if Stipe does it, man. I'll root for it, but I don't know. I'm not going to set my expectations too high for that.
The thing is, I think though, we didn't really get to see John Jones extended against Garn, so we don't know what he looks like at heavyweight. Like we don't know how his cardio is. You know, we didn't get to really see much of his striking, but his striking didn't look the greatest.
Yeah,
But obviously, it was.
Yeah.
But I could honestly see Stipe going in there with a game plan to just body shot, and I could see him just like I don't know. I could see him actually getting that done, but. Yeah, like you said, I don't want to give my hopes up or anything, but I just have a weird feeling about this fight that Stipe's going to get it done.
It will be interesting, like you said. Jones' striking looked very goofy heavyweight, and like we've seen him go like at 2 minutes. So, and Stipe's not known for having a bad chin. That's not a fucking anybody can start saying that now. Stipe's, if anything, known for having a granite chin. Took it in Ngannou so many fucking shots to even hurt him. And that second fight, dropped him and got right back up. Hurt him against the cage, got right back up. It took a fucking devastating fucking hook and then a fucking unnecessary fucking grave sender to put him away. But yeah, Jones doesn't have that one punch KO power, especially. Was he a heavyweight? Maybe he does now, but I don't know. So maybe it could be close.
Just imagine though if Stipe fucking beats him, like the upsets that would happen this year are insane.
I know. I just don't want to get my hopes up with this year.
I mean, to be fair, let's just go back like a month ago. What would you say was more likely, Sean Strickland beating Israel Adesanya or Stipe beating John Jones?
True. You would say Stipe is more likely to be fair. So MMA does prove us wrong time and again. So we'll see. And, Jones has been the one for all the time to even you can talk about the Reyes fight and stuff, but even then he's the one that's defied the fucking the logic and stuff, defied the rules. He always wins. So we'll see.
Yeah, I just always thought in his prime I would have picked Stipe against Jones just because John's always struggled against guys the same size as him. And he's also struggled against boxers. And obviously, Stipe's got good wrestling and takedown defense. But yeah, like you say, he's just getting up there in age. So yeah, I gotta lean towards John. But like I don't know. The more I think about it, what if Jones just can't get him down? Like he's not gonna knock him out.
I'll be interested in the feet. It will be maybe Stipe's chin is delayed a little bit, and Jones can land a fucking random shot behind the ear that drops him. But I don't know.
Oh fuck. Just Stipe's like putting on the performance of a lifetime and it just gets KO'd. I can imagine the MMA guru rage to that.
It was so funny. Just you going, oh fuck. Just think about Stipe getting fucking clipped. It's like
he's just putting a masterclass on John and then just gets clipped with a fucking jab by John Jones and goes.
I could really see it being. I could see it being a fucking little shot like that, like a little jab, and Stipe doesn't see it coming. I could see it being one of them that does it.
He gets a no, stop it.
World champ. Call of Duty.
Fucking, you got any questions, stupid? No, man. Fucking.
Thanks, Stipe. Thanks.
I love Stipe though, but yeah, I don't know. Just fucking weirdly just I don't know. I'm getting that weird feeling that there's gonna be something. I don't know if Stipe's gonna win or if it's just gonna be more competitive, but I don't know. I think Cyril Gane was like John Jones's best matchup in the top 5 at heavyweight.
Yeah, in hindsight, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my phone is on its last legs. Shall we wrap this up?
No. Yes.
No, no. Let's just keep going until the phone dies.
Yeah. Yeah. Any last points you want to mention? Any?
Hope your dad's still alive. Hope your mum's safe. Hope your pets are still there with you, and live long and prosper.
Jesus Christ! Is this the final episode?
Yeah, well, Bryce Mitchell said it, man. The world's got to be ending soon.
Yeah. But the prophet himself, Bryce Mitchell, has confirmed that the end times are nigh.
You never know, man. One of us could fucking slip in a fucking banana peel and fucking die. I could walk out this room and fucking the roof could fucking crash. You never know. This could be the last one ever. You never know what happens.
Jesus Christ! Yeah.
Hug your loved ones.
Then it turns into the fucking MMA Anzac connection. Benny P and Artem MMA fucking just replaces this one.
Yeah, this will just become a fucking forgotten fucking archive.
Just an archive. In a few years, my channel will be massive. Let's just manifest it, and then somebody will go back and they'll say, "What was this MMA Commonwealth connection?" Just a tear drops down from my eye. Let me tell you something, kid.
Haven't heard that, Jamal. Haven't heard that name in years.
When are you making your MMA debut?
Ideally, it would be probably kind of March time next year. But if I'll be honest, things aren't on track as they should be. Part of it's my fault, part of it's not. But it will happen. I'll guarantee it'll happen, and I'll at least have debuted this time next year. I'll put that as a guarantee that's not going to happen. So I'll leave it at that.
What are you? Are you a striker or are you a grappler?
I wouldn't really say either, man. I'm training both equally as hard, but I don't know. I prefer striking's more fun, but jiu-jitsu is a bit more rewarding when you figure out what you're doing. I'd argue, but that's everyone's personal opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But flyweight, are you gonna start off at flyweight? Or are you gonna maybe because is it a hard have you ever cut weight before?
No, I am at now. I think I'm 130, so I wouldn't have to cut that much of flyweight anyway. I can balance between that pretty easily. I've got my body's good for that stuff, man. I don't gain weight. Is the thing. I don't gain weight at all. So I think unless I have a rapid fucking growth spurt, we'll see. I think it's got to be flyweight. To be honest, I think I'll be fine with that as well. I'll be able to cut weight.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, you don't while you're an amateur or anything, don't be cutting down if you don't have to. Just stay at more of a natural weight because you cut all the weight and everything when you're a pro. When you're getting paid to make all them crazy weight cuts. At least that's what Jake Matthews reckons to do because obviously he went blind cutting weight to lightweight once.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. I don't think I'll be that fucking serious. I think I'm floating around the weight anyway, so I should be good.
Don't have a fucking Paddy Pimlet fucking bulk up or not even bulk up. Just put on 30 pounds or some shit out of camp.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that note, we'll wrap this up. So, ladies, gents, those in between, they, thems, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.